This is Gary, and I'm Brooke, and recently we sailed our 40-year-old sailboat One Life 26 days across the Pacific Ocean to reach a destination every sailor dreams about, French Polynesia. We made landfall in the Marquesas Islands, where we spent 3 weeks soaking in rich cultural experiences and gorgeous scenery. But French Polynesia is much more than the Marquesas Islands. It spans over 1,200 miles of ocean and consists of 5 main island groups: the Gambiers, the Marquesas, the Tuamotus, the Societies, and the Austral Islands. As U.S. citizens without applying for a long-stay visa, we only get 90 days here. So despite having an unbelievable time in the Marquesas, we wanted to see as many of these beautiful islands as possible, and it was time to continue our voyage. Our next stop, the Tuamotus Archipelago Group, to Raroya, a coral atoll a few hundred miles away. It's time to go to the Tuamotus. Are you ready?
I'm sweaty.
You are sweaty. It's time to go. We just put the snuggle pit in and picked up the boat really quickly posted a video. Now 450 miles, I believe, to the Tuamotus.
We're just motoring out the pass here to get offshore. It's pretty nasty already. Thursday.
I did say late Thursday, but it's a little sporty out here. Rating, seeing 27 knots in true wind right now. 29. Hopefully it calms down. It'll be a long 4 days if not. So off we go, trading the tranquility, safety, and beauty of the Marquesas Islands for the wet and windy weather and the uncertainty that accompanies our life at sea.
It's a lovely day for a sail.
You ready? Really nasty putting the main up in this. So I'm going to turn it to the winds. Gary's forward, he's going to winch it up, and we're going to put a double reef in it. Still have like 26 knots of true wind. Tell me when you're ready. Ready? Need to power up to keep us into the wind. Big one! We have an in-boom furler, and in these windy conditions, the only way to reef the main up and down is to point the boat directly into the wind, which unfortunately means into the waves as well. With this much wind and swell, it's hard to keep the boat pointed into it. And we could use the autopilot, but the autopilot doesn't do that big of a job keeping it straight on with the size of the waves. Since the rain has passed us and the sun came out, we decided to bring in our staysail and put out our headsail. So we have it triple reefed. We're making miles, doing 6.5 knots. Behind the lens, the waves may seem modest. For some reason, they always seem smaller on camera. It wasn't long before we decided to bring in our Genoa and put our staysail back out as sundown approached. It is 8 p.m., a little after 8 p.m., and we're just settling into our night watches. And it's still quite sporty out here. We're having sustained like 23, 25 knots, and occasional gusts up to 30. And the sea state is much larger than the winds. I'm not really sure why. It's like probably like 10-foot seas, I'd say. And we're occasionally getting a wave crash over the side into our Dodger. So super grateful that we have this enclosure. But yeah, not too comfortable. I'm feeling a bit squishy actually. And I hope the conditions start to improve soon. I actually picked this weather window. So I think that based on what I saw, it looks like tonight and tomorrow will continue like this. But then tomorrow night it should hopefully start to calm down into the next couple days. So hopefully that's the case, because 4 days like this, zero fun. The movement of the boat, combined with the sounds of the waves slamming against the hull, makes sleeping inside the boat almost unbearable at times. Luckily, Gary was able to grab a couple hours of sleep in the cockpit.
Good morning. It's about 9 a.m. and conditions have not really laid down at all for us. Seas are still pretty big and steep, so we're going a little slow. We've just got the staysail out. And we're only doing about 4 to 5 knots because anymore, and we start stuffing the bow into these waves and taking white water over the deck, and it isn't good for the boat, isn't good for us getting any sleep. I don't think Brooke got any sleep last night, so she's down below now. She's feeling a little seasick actually. The motion is rather unpleasant. We haven't really done anything other than lay down and sail the boat. So hopefully the sea state gets a little better in the coming days and it's a little more enjoyable, because right now it's just survival mode. We've got 350 more miles. Should be there in 3 more days.
And Gary was not shy about showing the ocean how he was feeling. Just woke up from my shift, had a grapefruit, and there's some really nasty skies behind us. I was hoping it would be a really nice day today, but so far it's not shaping up to be that way. So Gary's just taking a little nap, and I'm gonna keep my eye on that bad boy right there and see. Hopefully we don't have to reduce sail. We just have our staysail out and a reef main, so. Shanty, 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 this is One Life.
One Life, this is Shanty.
Hey, do you want to go to 6-9?
6-9.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Pretty well. last one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is great. I just saw you guys pop up on AIS, so I figured I'd see how you're making.
We had quite a nasty one last night, and we hove 2, and then we moved off, and it was sort of bad again. So we just hove 2 for about 6 hours, and we don't normally do that.
Okay, well I just wanted to say hi, and it's nice to know someone else is out here having fun with us. We met this couple in Nukuhiva the other day. They're from New Zealand. They're getting ready to complete their circumnavigation, and they just popped up on AIS, so I thought I'd give them a call and see how their sail was. Sounds like it's about the same as ours. Despite the sail not being a crew favorite, One Life didn't seem to mind at all, and was handling the conditions with ease. With every mile we sail, our appreciation for our little floating home grows deeper. We prefer not to have to go out on deck at night, but with another night of unsettled weather ahead, we decided to put a triple reef in our main. With just the 2 of us on board, we always aim to keep our nights as uneventful as possible.
Good job. I know that's really hard to steer in this wind.
The sun just came up. It's been a really tough passage so far. It's just, the seas are really big and the wind is ahead of the beam. And so it just makes for a really uncomfortable ride. And we have the seas are just crashing over the side of us. Occasionally we'll get one that comes all the way up and hit the dodger. Yeah, we had some squalls all night, so not fun. We've been living on trail mix because it's just too rough to cook. Like, you can't do anything but just lay down. I've been laying in the fetal position for 24 hours now, it seems. Anyway, we're getting closer. We have 240 miles to go, and it just shook the weather, and it looks like it's going to be more of the same. Maybe tomorrow or later this evening it should start to calm down for us, and hopefully we'll have a nice trip the rest of the way.
Well, we're into day 3 now, and it's pretty much more of the same. Still blowing close to 20 knots. It's been blowing between 20 and 25 for the past 48 hours or so. And yeah, this morning we're just still taking turns sleeping and hanging on for dear life. I think we'll continue to sail pretty conservatively right now. We've just got a deeply reefed main and the staysail, and we're only doing 4 to 5 knots, but that's okay. Any faster than that and we really start to stuff the bow into some of these waves and take a lot of water over the deck. So it is what it is.
Sailing upwind on these long passages is quite challenging. The multiple days of wind, rain, and overall discomfort really begin to take their toll on us, not only physically due to lack of sleep, but mentally as well. The motivating force that continues to push us through is knowing there is something magical waiting for us just beyond the horizon. And when you think you can't handle one more day at sea, the winds and waves subside and the sun greets you with a smile. We got a fish on today. It's about 9 a.m. It's gonna be a good day.
Can't catch a break.
Maybe we can't catch a fish.
Yep, the fish.
We are always amazed how quickly the ocean conditions can change, and our moods seem to correlate instantly.
Well, today's been a rather different day than the past three. The wind settled down, the sea settled down, and it's been pretty much perfect sailing.
Yeah, it's been really beautiful today. Definitely needed today. I don't know if my body could handle another day like the past, what, 2 days, 3 days?
The past 3 days were rough, and it's not just your body, like it really affects your mood. And even with like the best, most positive attitude you can muster up.
Today, yeah.
Today,
the last 3 days we ate crackers and peanuts. Today we had normal
meals.
Normal food.
We've been sitting in the cockpit, listening to music, watching the sun go down, and couldn't ask for anything more. Tomorrow morning, we'll be in paradise.
Yeah, I'm really eager to get to the Tuamotus. I'm a little nervous about the pass that we have to go through to get into the lagoon area, but hopefully it'll be a non-event. We're going to try to hit it around slack tide. This is when the reward from the previous days of struggling starts to unfold. Only one more night at sea until our arrival in paradise, a destination only achievable by boat.
That is the sound of the engine running. The wind died out completely around midnight. So we've been motoring the last couple hours. We've only got 12 more miles to the atoll. It's about 4 in the morning right now. And sunrise is at about 6 this morning. So we'll be hanging out outside of the atoll, just waiting for the sun to come up, and then we'll be able to take a look at the pass and figure out how we get inside safely.
Good morning. It is 6 a.m. The sun just came up and we are approaching Rororia Atoll. It's super glassy flat out. There's only like a knot of wind. Our wind died overnight. So it's kind of like a lake out here, but we're just waiting for slack tide so we can make it through the pass without any problems. I'm so excited to be here. We can see the atolls just rising up out of the water, and hopefully we'll get through this cut with no issues. But it's really a gorgeous, gorgeous morning, and it took us 450 miles to get here. Probably 325 of those were upwind sailing, which wasn't fun, but I have a feeling the sail will be worth it. As soon as we approach the pass, the ocean water changed from glassy flat to short, steep little waves as a result of the current flowing so quickly out of the pass. We have two speed sensors on One Life. The left measures our speed over the ground, and the right measures our speed through the water. The difference is the current we are fighting against.
How's it going? I see you've taken the plunge, eh?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that we made it through. There was about a 3.5 knot current against us.
Nice, that's good news. Any standing waves, or did you just go straight through the middle?
A little chop, but it's only like a foot tall at most. So we just went right through the middle.
Hope it hasn't gone bad by the time we get there.
Seemed pretty non-eventful, so I think you guys will be fine. I just wanted to give you a heads up on our experience.
Now that we're inside the atoll, we're carefully navigating our way across the atoll to the anchorage in the northeast corner. And we've got Brooke up on the bow as a lookout because the entire atoll is scattered with coral heads called bommies. And I've got satellite view up, I've got the depth sounder up, and we've got a track from our friends on Harbors Unknown that they came in with. So between all of those things, we're not flying exactly blind. It's a little difficult for Brooke right now with the sun in her eyes because the sun is directly in front of us. But with the other sources, we feel pretty confident. So here's what the satellite view looks like. And basically I'm just avoiding the light spots on the satellite view. Between them, it's over 100 feet deep. It's just those coral heads do come right up to the surface.
Sometimes we ask ourselves, why do we continually choose to endure the discomforts and the unpredictable life at sea? Well, the answer is quite simple. It's to experience places like this. Welcome to the Tuamotus, a little piece of heaven on earth, and we can't wait to share it with you.